Do I look skinnier? Welcome back to my channel, Dawn Does Keto. This is week number two of keeping myself accountable to you guys, my subscribers. I want to thank the people who have subscribed over the last week. We have 80 subscribers. I don't know if that's a good number, but I'm super excited about it. And I'm so excited to get to know all of you. And one of the things that I really love about Two Crazy Keto's channel is that they have formed so many connections with the people in this community. And I'm hoping that this channel will give me the chance to do that with you all. Just got done watching Keto on the Couch this morning, their live video. Didn't get to interact too much because I was kind of busy getting ready for this video. But I was there watching, and I just love being in there and talking to everybody. It's something that I look forward to every week. Again, if you're not involved in this community and you're doing keto or thinking about keto, please look into getting involved with some of these other channels because it will help keep you accountable, which is the whole point of this. So I'm going to jump right in and let you know how I feel this week and how I did this week. I feel great. I stayed strict keto all week long, which is a first since probably February that I've gone an entire week where I stayed true to keto all week. I did no snacking, which was amazing because I've just been doing tons of snacking over, the last few months, which has been obviously part of my issue. One other thing that I made sure I really focused on this week was getting my electrolytes, which is what I have here, drinking some electrolytes today, which makes you feel better. So just talking about a little bit of my week, I want to talk about some Saturday successes. Weekends are usually pretty difficult, as they are for most people. For some reason, it's easy to stay on track all week long, and then the weekends come and you just completely fall apart. This weekend, I was super happy with the choices that I made. Let me start off by saying that we're very busy. We always have things going on. We're out and about. We have plans with friends. So I'm not home to make those good choices. On Saturday morning, we had a breakfast. It was a breakfast honoring my father-in-law who was in a motorcycle accident in October. He was on a motorcycle trip with a group of people and hit the back of a trailer and has been recovering from that ever since. That being said, the group that he belonged to, they honored him as Rider of the Year. Now, it wasn't like a big breakfast. They had coffee, they had fruit, and they had breakfast sandwiches. Those were our options. I could have just fasted, but I did have coffee. I bypassed the fruit, obviously. And I took a breakfast sandwich that had sausage, cheese, and egg on it, and I just took the muffin part off, and I just ate the other part with like a fork and a knife. And so super happy with that. Stayed on plan for the breakfast and made it about the reason that we were there and not about the food. Jump forward. It was a very busy day. My daughter's boyfriend, his name is Zach, he decided to have a prom for my daughter. She went through the whole prom season, junior and senior year, during the whole COVID situation. And did not really get to have a prom. Didn't have a prom. Didn't go to prom at all. This prom had a little bit of a twist to it. The twist was that Zach was also proposing to my daughter that night. Oh, that's my daughter's ring. She has to show it off every time she gets. Watch the glare. There's a glare there. Okay, so back up. So they go upstairs to do the actual prom and the proposal, and everyone shows up to be there to surprise her and celebrate with them. Zach's dad had prepared enough food for everybody. We had a salad, potato soup, filet, mashed potatoes, fettuccine alfredo, and I think that's it, right? That being said, those are all my daughter's favorite foods. Carb heaven. So what I did was I had a salad and I put bacon, egg, and cheese on it, all keto, and I had a filet. And I was totally fine with that. Skipped over all the carbs altogether. And I was super proud of the fact that I was able to stay keto. I was super happy with what I ended up eating. They came back downstairs after the proposal. Big round of applause for them. Hugs, hugs, hugs. And Zach had bought everybody a pint of Handel's ice cream so we could have ice cream after the actual proposal. Knowing he was doing that in advance, my husband and I both do keto, so I brought us each a pint of keto ice cream from home so that we could still be involved in the festivities and sit and have ice cream with everybody, but not feel guilty about it. So again, super proud of myself for getting through that whole thing and staying on plan this week. And honestly, I would not have done that had I not started this channel. I would have just been doing what I've been doing for like the past couple months, which is just, oh, it's a special occasion, I'm just gonna eat willy-nilly. Autumn from Watch Auto Keto says, this week I ate like I had sense, and I was super happy about that. I could tell a huge difference in the inflammation that I was having this week. I noticed right away the swelling in like my hands and stuff like that has gone down, and I just feel better. So I'm happy about the decisions that I made. So this week, what I really want to discuss, and the topic of this video, is intermittent fasting. Should you intermittent fast? Should you not? And I'm just going to tell you, again, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, I'm not a health practitioner. This is just my journey, and this is what's working for me. The original first 60 pounds that I lost on keto, I intermittent fasted, because when I first started researching keto in 2020, I watched a lot of videos, I listened to a lot of podcasts, I listened to Jason Fung, I listened to Life in the Fasting Lane by Eve Mayer, and it made sense to me. It just made sense. How many of us our entire lives have been told that breakfast is the most important meal of the day? Oh, you have to eat breakfast. Eating breakfast jumpstarts your metabolism. That's what we always thought. So if you skip breakfast, how are you supposed to be healthy? So after I started doing more research, I found that eating spikes your insulin. Anytime you put food in your mouth, it doesn't matter what it is, your insulin is going to go up. And in the presence of insulin, you cannot lose weight. So, ding, 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 light bulb goes off every time I eat. I am spiking my insulin, and I cannot lose weight if my insulin is spiked. So when I started this journey, I did like a 2 meal a day approach. I would not eat before 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and I would usually eat something small. I would have a fat coffee, which I showed you last week. I would have a keto chow shake, just something to tide me over, and then I would eat my big meal in the evening with my husband. We would prepare something together and eat. And that's how I lost most of my weight. And during this downtime that I've been going through, I have not been practicing OMAD, 2MAD, intermittent fasting, any of that. So I decided this week I was going to go back to doing intermittent fasting, and I'm so glad that I did. It just makes me feel better. You know, intermittent fasting isn't for everybody. I do either a 16-8 approach or an 18-6 approach. It just depends on when I have my first meal and when my husband and I can get our dinner in. We try not to eat super late because neither one of us like to go to bed on a full stomach. We just don't feel good if we do that. So we try to keep our eating window between like 12 and 7. Sometimes I won't eat until 2. But we really don't like to eat that late. So we try to keep it right in that range. And I don't do it exactly the same every day. I don't eat my first meal at the same time every day. I do try to change it up. You got to keep, your body guessing. I lost 80 pounds doing intermittent fasting. And so I feel like it truly does work for me. And if you haven't tried intermittent fasting and you're in a stall, maybe it's something that would help change things up for you and get things moving a little bit better. So let's get to the weigh-in. Got on the scale this morning. Now keep in mind it has been 6 days. It hasn't been a full week yet because my videos are going to probably come out on Tuesdays, and I recorded last Tuesday, but this week I'm recording Monday with hopes to get a video up on Tuesday. So it has actually been 6 days. Last week I showed you that I weighed in at 188.6 pounds, which was not good. I'm so sad about that. And I'm not saying I lost 50 pounds, but do I look skinnier? Today I weighed in at 185 on the nose, so I lost 3.6 pounds this week, and I'm super happy about that. Like I said, keeping my electrolytes up. I'm sure some of that is probably some water weight, it's inflammation, but I am heading in the right direction and I'm happy to be back on track. So do me a favor, comment below if you intermittent fast, and if you do, what is your protocol? I'd like to know where everyone stands on this and how you feel about intermittent fasting. It's probably not something I'm gonna do always and forever, but at this time it is helping me with my weight loss goals, and so I'm going to continue to intermittent fast. And I think that's all I have for you today. It was just a quick update on my weight, which again is the main purpose of this channel. I do want to have like a small topic of conversation or something I'd like to talk about every week. If you have anything that you would personally like me to talk about, please leave that in the comments below. Again, this is accountability for me, for you. There's so much information out on the internet about keto. I probably won't dive really deep into these things. I just want to touch on them and kind of let you know where I stand and what I like to do, and I like to hear what you guys are doing. Thank you again to everyone who has subscribed since last week. This is definitely a wild and crazy adventure for me. It's totally out of my comfort zone, and I appreciate all of the kind comments that you guys left telling me that I did a good job, because this is not something I've ever done. I don't get in front of people. It's just not my thing. So this is really weird. I hope to get better at it. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. Hit that bell notification button. That way when I do upload a video, which is gonna be once a week, I do want to at least check in with you guys on a weekly basis, and I want to hear how you guys are doing. Thank you so much, everybody, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.